Learning Activity 10. Evidence 6 Video steps to export. Steps to carry out an export process. What do you have to do to start exporting? Before starting an export, it is important to seek advice on those potential markets that will welcome the product or service. As international negotiation, we must know and be very clear about of each of the steps to properly carry out an export process. Step 1. The company must be legally constituted, either, either, either as natural or legal person in order to carry out business abroad. Step 2. Develop a commercial and marketing plan adapted to the market. Before exporting, it is convenient to have promotional material, especially a good web page in which it is described what is the product, what is it for, who is it aimed at, what is it add value. It is also relevant to have a strategy in other communication channels such as social networks or forums, especially those aimed at internationalization. Step 3. Determine the tariff of the product. The tariff classification of a good invoices assigning it a code that can be based on the nomenclature of the International Convention on the Harmonized System for the Description and Coding of Goods of the World Customs Organization. Step 4. Select potential markets. It is important before starting to export to find out in which countries the product or service can be successful. For this reason, it is convenient to do a market survey and verify as far as possible that what we want to commercialize does not exist in that market. At the same time, we can find out about the laws and regulation that each country imposes or applies to the importation of the product we want to sell. We must also information of several of the access conditions and of whether there are commercial treaties or agreements between the country of origin and the country of destination. From here, we can undertake the search for potential buyers with a high probability of success. Step 5. Financial capability. It is important to have the support of a financial institution that has experience with the purpose that serves as an export financing instrument. As in the financing of imports, the usual thing is that exports are financed through credit policies, treasury lines, or credit policies, credit account. Uh, we can, which can be in dollars or other currencies. Step 6. To carry our export activities, there is the registration of the route must be processed before the DIAN or update of the route, specifying side commercial activity. In any case, according to the tax statute, if you are a natural person, this activity is of common regime. Um, Step 7. Choice of Incoterm. Once we have found a buyer, we must agree with him a Incoterm. These terms are prepared by the International Chambers of Commerce or International Chambers of Commerce and have a simplified function because they facilitate the negotiation between the seller and the buyer. They contain clarify aspects related to international trade. For example, who pays for the transport, where the goods are delivered, who is responsible for custom expenses, etc. Step 8. Payment method. After determining the Incoterm, the payment method must be chosen, which the seller and the buyer must negotiate, depending on the amount of the operation, the requirements of the destination country, or the largest entity of one of the parties will make use of one form of payment of others, such as prepayment, letter of credit, open account, consignment. Step 9. Processing of export documents. It must be taken into account that for an export process fences following the right way, it is necessary to have in order each of the documents that we see below. Pro forma invoice. This document is provided by the export to the buyer, so that he has all the necessary information about the product or service to be invoiced. I must be clear that a pro forma invoice is not a commercial invoice, since sometimes there can be confusion with this type of document. This document must contain the minimum information for the commercial exchange to be accepted by both parties. Commercial invoice. This is a legal document that is normally submitted by the seller to the buyer during the international transaction and works as proof of the sale between buyer and seller. This must be prepared in accordance with the rules stipulated in the DIAN. It is used to calculate taxes and duties. Packing list. This document provides the following information: the buyer's details, business names, address and country. On the other hand, on the merchandise, the packing, the quantity, the content of the load, the weight and measures are described in detail, as well as condition of handling and transport of the same. Certificate of origin. It is used to determine the origin of the merchandise and access tariff preference if there is an agreement assigned with the country to which it is being exported. Same good. Phytosanitary certificate. It is used regularly for food shipments and to certify that they are hygienic. Some entities that uses good verbs are ICA and INVIMA. Transport documents, bill of lading, hardware bill, consignment note, insurance policy. This is generally issued to insure the cargo against loss or damage. This policy is given by the insurance broker before boarding. This certifies that the cargo is secured when it is being transported. Export license. This document must be processed before the DIAN. It includes the relevant data of the export transaction, such as the means or modes of transport, the participant of the operation, and the description of the product that is being exported. International contracts of sale. It is an agreement between companies and people residing in different countries, whereby the seller undertakes to deliver to the buyer some goods at the agreed place within a specific period and under an agreed price. Thanks.